Nacionale Bladeworks Bunka in 440C. If you've seen the Get Sharp logo, you already know this is my favorite knife. It's tired, it's dull, and it's got a bit of heel droop on it. I'm going to fix all of that. And for the first time ever, this is going to be available at the end of the video. Let's grind. I sharpened my first Nacionale about a month ago. And every now and again, there's a knife I sharpen that just jives with me. It just feels so good. And that was this brand of knife. When I saw this thing on Facebook Marketplace, I knew I had to buy it. And then when I saw it in person, I was like, oh my goodness, it is just a gorgeous blade. I really like the handle. It's a very cool, kind of funky and fun. And the balance on this thing feels really, really good. And of course, I love the Bunka style blade. Before I attach my knife jig, I always like to find the center point of the blade to help me line everything up and set the perfect angle for attaching to that knife jig. There we go. We're ready to grind. I could tell by my naked eye that the edge was rolled. It just needed some love. But I was very curious to see how sharp or dull it was. Oh.
Almost 1,000 grams.
Before I jump on the Tormek, I always like to put a new profile on the bottom of the blade if it's, been loved quite a bit. So we're just kind of getting rid of that. This particular knife had a bit of heel droop. So the heel was hanging down lower than the rest of the blade. And I probably did a total of 6 passes on this machine to get the profile I wanted. And then a quick test there just to make sure there's no concaving in the edge. Oh yeah, here we go. This is definitely my favorite wheel to grind on. This is a electroplated CBN wheel. And for those, I've gotten a lot of people asking me if they last 10 minutes, especially since another YouTuber had mentioned that he had bad experiences with these wheels. This has got to be blade 200 plus on this wheel. I don't keep track, but yeah, I've sharpened hundreds on this particular wheel and it's been running just fine. When the wheel's super new, like on the first week, let's say, first 10 knives, you do lose some crystals. You'll see it in your trough. But those were ones that just weren't super set in the plating. But once you knock all those off, I mean, here you go. It works like a dream. And these wheels are actually quite affordable at about $200 a pop. One of my friends, though, he got a couple of these from this company that were not true, unfortunately. So they do have a little bit of a quality control issue. He was able to work with them and they swapped out his faulty wheels for true ones. But it was a headache for him. Oh yeah, I love me my close-ups. Isn't that beautiful? Great 200. Edge leading. Oh yeah. And the second I get that burr, I'm gonna just do a couple more passes to set my bevel. My goal there is just to keep the perfect tempo from the point of the heel to the point of the knife. And we got a nice new fresh cut. Nice new bevel. You can see all that shirt fuzz stuck on the burr. I just run it across my shirt and I can see all those little fibers get stuck. And I know I got a burr. With 440C on grit 200, you can see and feel it pretty easily. It's when you get to grit 800, it's very difficult to see and feel the burr. So here we are. I'm a big fan of edge trailing on the grit 800 stone. So I'm able to see my exact contact point with the blade through a reflection in the water. I was hoping it would show up on this view. I see it a little bit there, but I just didn't get the camera angle perfect. But this will tell me if there's bends in the blade. I actually did towards, I'll tell you when. I did have a little bend I had to work out with the Hizumi bow. Right about here was where it was at. And it was maybe half an inch. I was able to work it out quite quickly though. Here we are on our Tormek leather wheel. I used to use this wheel for chromium oxide, but I just wasn't seeing enough value in chromium, so I did my best to clean it. And we since have applied 6 Micron Diamond. And what we're doing here is we're thinning the burr. From my naked eye, I could see the burr flipping from one side to the other, getting weaker on each pass. And that way, when we get over here to our next leather wheel, which I hadn't cleaned this one in a long time, so got a little piece of sandpaper. Let's clean off all that old swarf and diamond and put a new fresh layer. So this is where we're going to actually remove the burr underneath the root. So we've already thinned it really well. And let's spray some brand new diamond on here. Now you can see all that grayness. That's the diamond. And with this formula, I'm able to apply a super even layer of diamond. You can see how it spreads all the way from the left side of the wheel to the right side. And what was super cool when I was doing this step, I could see flakes flying off, and it was the burr, little sections of the burr were just flying right off. I've tried to capture this on film before. It's very difficult though. I have an idea. I'm going to show you guys one of these days. That's part of my whole philosophy of my YouTube. There's not many folks out there who are showing you their work in high definition. You know, a lot of them they show you their work super quickly, and it's grainy and it's low definition. But here you go. You can see everything in HD. Oh yeah, no looking. This thing is sharp. I love it. Stick around to the end of the video for the close-up photos of this thing. Beautiful, beautiful knife. It's got this little copper, I think it's copper collar or a hibaki on it, and this handle is just so cool. Such a beautiful blade. I absolutely love this thing. 86 grams on the edge on up. Not my record, but we stopped at grit 800. Why? We want this thing to be able to slice tomatoes. We don't want to be sliding on that tomato skin. We need to leave our blades a little bit toothy so that they're not only sharp, but they're also functional. And guess what? You could own this. This will be available in the Get Sharp shop. I'll have a link as you enjoy these close-up photos. So I have this YouTube store where I have a couple Tormek accessories available, and I was planning to make this knife available on there, but I just learned you can't sell knives on the store. So I'll put a link up if you're interested on how you can acquire this knife. Man, look at that thing. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. See ya.